You might visit Walt Disney World for the theme parks, the characters, the attractions, the food, but there is so much more to the most magical place on earth than what's advertised. Here are 22 unique things that you can do at Walt Disney World. We love giving you ideas for things to do on your Disney World trips. Keep in mind that most of the following activities do cost money. A few are steeper than others, but a couple of them are free. Let's get started. Let's start with fireworks dessert options, the most popular of those being the Magic Kingdom dessert parties. There are a few different options for these, but they all include having desserts and treats at the Tomorrowland Terrace restaurant. And then the seating varies depending on which one you book. We happen to like the Garden View option, which is a little bit less expensive than the other one. In this option, you can either eat first and then go watch fireworks, which is the pre-party, or you can watch fireworks first and then go eat afterwards. The viewing is the same area in the grassy area in the hub. There is also an option called Seats and Suites, which gives you a table and chairs if you want to have a seat instead of just a standing area only. This is a fantastic option for those who don't want to mess with the crowds, particularly those in the hub. However, you will not be able to see the projections down Main Street, which have been added to Happily Ever After. In addition to that one, there are some other options that are less talked about, including fairy tale fireworks, a sparkling dessert cruise. And in this one, you board a ferry boat on the Seven Seas Lagoon and you can see Magic Kingdom fireworks, as well as have bite-sized treats and beverages. Alcohol and non-alcoholic options are available. It is usually only available a couple nights a week, usually on Wednesday and Saturday. There are discounts for Disney Vacation Club members if you happen to be one of those. There are often options at California Grill. For instance, Celebration at the Top, Sip, Savor, and Sparkle. And it is a cocktail party which has different things like sushi, small bites, and drinks. You can then view the fireworks from there, or you could just make a dining reservation for dinner at California Grill and view the fireworks from the balcony there. Next up, you can get a haircut at Magic Kingdom, specifically at Harmony Barbershop, which is located right on the left as you enter Magic Kingdom. This is an old-fashioned kind of place where you can get a quick trim or a full groom. Prices are in the $20 to $30 range for everything from a beard trim to a child haircut or a baby's first haircut. This is especially great memory if you are waiting to get your baby or child's first haircut at the most magical place on earth. And although it used to be walk-in only, there are reservations available now online, and we highly recommend it because it is a very popular spot. Another fun option is to play miniature golf at Walt Disney World. There are two different courses: Fantasia Gardens, which is near the Swan and Dolphin; Winter Summerland, which is near Blizzard Beach. This costs $14 per adult or $12 per child. There are discounts for annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members. If you happen to have the kind of ticket that includes it, such as a Park Hopper Plus ticket or the Water Park and Sports add-on ticket option, you will likely be able to do it without any extra charge if you are visiting these before 4 o'clock. The course that we like the most is Winter Summerland. However, getting to each of these courses is a tricky part. You will want to take a transportation, if you're using Disney transportation, either to the Swan and Dolphin or the Boardwalk and walk over there. It is also a fairly easy walk from Epcot if you go outside the International Gateway. To get to Winter Summerland, you can use the Blizzard Beach transportation when it's open. Blizzard Beach isn't always open. And if Blizzard Beach is not open, you will likely need to get there yourself, either in your own car or using rideshare. Next up, you can take a dive at the Seas Pavilion at Epcot. It doesn't come cheap at $219 per person. There are annual pass holder discounts available. This allows visitors to dive inside the 5.7 million gallon saltwater tank and swim with over 2,000 sea creatures. That includes sea turtles, reef fish, stingrays, and sharks. You do have to be scuba certified and at least 10 years old to participate. It takes 3 hours to experience, and you end up spending about 40 minutes underwater. If you happen to have family members or friends that want to view it, there are 56 giant windows in the pavilion. So anybody in your party that has Epcot theme park tickets and park pass reservations can watch you while you are in the water. Reservations are available to book online. There are some same day reservations available, but it is on a limited basis and subject to availability. Next up, and also located in the Seas Pavilion at Epcot, is swimming with the dolphins. This one is called Disney's Dolphins in Depth. Say that 3 times fast. It is a 2-hour experience that gives you the chance to learn about the dolphins and their behavior from experts who care for and work with them every day. One thing that is important is you don't actually swim with them. You may interact with them for about 30 minutes. And the reason that we say you may is that dolphins are very social, but they are not forced to participate if they don't want to. This reservation is available online. Some same-day reservations may be available. Guests who participate have to be at least 44 inches tall, and if they're under 18, they have to be accompanied by a paying adult. There are no observations available for family and friends for this particular activity. Another option on the list is to have a Campfire Sing-A-Long at Fort Wilderness. While most Disney World resorts have a marshmallow roasting campfire type of activity, only Fort Wilderness has the option to have a sing-along with Chip and Dale, who will pose for photos, and they will also sign autographs. This is located near the Meadow Trading Post at Fort Wilderness, and during the fall and winter, it's usually around 7 p.m., and then somewhere in April through the summer, it usually takes place around 8 p.m. This is a free activity, but if you would like to do marshmallow roasting or have s'mores, you can buy a s'mores kit from the Chuck Wagon snack bar located nearby. Another option is to go on a fishing excursion. This is available at select Disney World Resort hotels, and it starts at $235 for 2-hour excursions or $455 for 4-hour excursions. The larger boat accommodates up to 5 guests. The smaller one is up to 3 guests. Solo guests can book an afternoon excursion at a reduced rate if they would like. There are discounts available for annual pass holders if they are at Caribbean Beach Resort. These excursions include a guide, rod and reel, tackle, bait, and non-alcoholic beverages. And no, you may not bring alcohol on board. While they do have 2- and 4-hour excursions available, you can request in person at the marina to add an extra hour if you would like. Life jackets will be provided and required for children ages 12 and under. If you're interested in fishing at a dock, that is available at Riverside and Fort Wilderness if you would like. Another idea is that you can ride a horse, and this comes in lots of different options. Horseback trail rides are one, pony rides, horse-drawn excursions, holiday sleigh rides, and wagon rides. All of those options are available at Fort Wilderness, and they vary in price and requirements, so you'll have to check our link for more information on each of them. It's too many details to get into. But the horse-drawn excursion is also available at Port Orleans Riverside if you would like to do that. That particular one lasts for about 25 minutes, and those carriages will fit up to 4 adults or 2 adults and 3 small children. The carriages are available to book ahead of time. Reservations are suggested. The next idea is to trade pins. This has been an activity that's been very popular across Walt Disney World for a long time. The price for this varies depending on how invested you become in the activity. Basically, all you have to do is buy some pins and then trade with cast members at designated pin trading locations. You can even trade with other guests that are willing to do it. Cast members are usually stationed near pin boards outside shops and other locations at Walt Disney World, and you can just trade pins. To get a starter kit, you can buy them from Disney or in various places online. You might want to read up on pin trading beforehand to get a feel for it before your trip. Another idea is to ride in a hot air balloon. If you've ever been to Disney Springs, chances are you have seen the Aerofoil balloon, which is a tethered 8-minute balloon ride that goes 400 feet into the sky and gives fantastic 360-degree views of Disney Springs and various parts of Walt Disney World. Makes for great photo ops. The actual balloon has a 19-foot diameter basket that holds up to 29 people, plus 1 pilot. You can purchase tickets at the booth next to the attraction. They are available on a first-come, first-serve basis. However, beware that it is often grounded because it will not fly if winds exceed 22 miles per hour or if there's a storm. Guests over 12 years old are permitted to ride by themselves. Those using an ECV must transfer to a wheelchair in order to board. And next up, you might want to build your own droid. This takes place, of course, in Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. Costs $119.99 per droid. And it is a really fun opportunity, particularly for kids who may not be appropriate for building a lightsaber. We will get to that next. You choose at first the BB series or the R series. And after you pick that, you'll register it with the clerk, who then provides a basket and a blueprint for parts. After you select your parts from the part station, you will head to the build station where you will create your own custom droid. You can and should book reservations online because this is a very popular activity. And speaking of, the next thing on the list is to build your own lightsaber. There are a couple of options for this. The most popular and well-known of these is in Galaxy's Edge, where you can go to Savvy's workshop, and for $249.99, you can create your very own lightsaber and bring it to life through the power of kyber crystals. Yes, it is expensive, and yes, even I, as a non-Star Wars person, thinks it is totally worth it because it is super high quality. In addition, you get a really great ceremony with it that many people think makes the price easier to justify. This is not kid-friendly, at least not for young kids, because of the nature of the device, which is very, very breakable. However, another lightsaber option that is kid-friendly is available in the gift shop at the exit of Star Tours, which is called Tatooine Traders. For $30 to $45, you can build a more toy-style lightsaber, which is more appropriate for kids and a lot less expensive. And next, you might want to try riding a car in water. If you've been to Disney Springs, you have likely seen the Amphicars. This is a classic car that turns into a boat for a 20-minute tour around Lake Buena Vista. The cars cost $125 each and can accommodate up to 3 to 4 people. To book this, you have to do it in person. It is available on a first come, first serve basis at the Boathouse restaurant. There's a podium outside near the dock. When you pay, you will sign a waiver. It is available from 10 to 10 daily, weather permitting. Your photo will be taken with the car prior to the ride. And as soon as you take off into the water, don't forget to pick up your pic at the Boathouse Boutique to have your photos linked in My Disney Experience. How about attending Sangria University? This activity is $59 per person and available at Three Bridges Bar and Grill at Coronado Springs Resort. If you love sangria and have always wanted to make your own, we do recommend trying this activity, which is only available on Saturdays and Sundays. Professionals lead the afternoon course, and they discuss the history of sangria and reveal the recipes used to make the 4 in-house varieties that are served at Three Bridges. The lesson is followed by a tasting of the 4 sangria offerings and accompanied by a light appetizer. You even have the chance to make your own glass of sangria from a selection of fresh fruits and base spirits. This is a 90-minute long activity that takes place in the afternoon, and advanced reservations are not only required but available to make online. Next up, how about seeing a Cirque de Soleil show during your Disney World trip? This is available in the West Side in Disney Springs and starts at $85 per ticket. The show is called Drawn to Life, presented by Cirque de Soleil, and it is the first ever collaboration between Cirque de Soleil and Disney. It tells a story about the love between a father and a daughter. We have personally seen the show, and it is outstanding. No need to buy the most expensive tickets. The less expensive tickets put you a little bit further back, which in our opinion provides the best view. Tickets are available to purchase online from Cirque du Soleil. What about booking a private tequila tasting? This is located in the Mexico Pavilion, and it is called the La Cava Experience. It is all about showcasing some of the finest tequila in the world. A certified tequila ambassador, how do you get that job, guides you through a selection of rare and unique agave spirits. Each spirit is paired with a flavor that is meant to enhance its essence. Some tequilas are exclusive to the La Cava Experience and aren't available anywhere else in the world. Chips and guac are included, but there is not a full meal offered. Reservations are highly recommended, which can be made online. You also can check the host stand at La Cava de Tequila for same-day reservations to see if they have those available. Next up, you might want to consider booking a fireworks cruise. This is $399 plus tax. The boat seats up to 10 guests. Pricing can vary depending on the time of day and could change. You can do this at both Epcot and Magic Kingdom for the fireworks there. If you happen to do the Epcot version, you will meet at the Yacht Club Marina. If you do the Magic Kingdom version, it can be at any of the marinas and the resorts in that area. Each cruise is accompanied by a captain and includes assorted snacks and soft drinks. You can bring your own alcohol on board, but you do have to pay for that and purchase it on your own. If you have a special celebration, you can request festive banners and balloons at the time of booking, which are also included in the cost of the cruise. Highly recommend reservations be made, and advanced reservations are available. You can call 407-WDW-PLAY to do that. What about learning about seeds via the Behind the Scenes tour at the Land Pavilion at Epcot, which is basically a 1-hour behind the scenes version at the Living with the Land attraction. This is one of the least expensive tours at $35 per person. Annual pass holder discounts are available. And it is a tour of the fish farm and the 4 greenhouses that make up the Land Pavilion, which is a fantastic tour that we really enjoy, especially if you're a fan of the ride. You can make reservations online. Same-day reservations and walk-ins can be made on a limited basis at the podium located just to the right of the Soarin' entrance. Next idea is to enjoy some time on the boardwalk, which has some free and paid versions of activities to do. Some of our favorites here include going to Abracadabar, which is a fantastically themed bar inspired by magicians and illusionists. It does not have reservations and it is relatively small, so you'll have to get there and maybe wait a little bit to get in, but it is well worth it. There's also Jelly Rolls, which is a dueling piano bar for adults only. It does have a cover charge, but it is available nightly and it goes until 2 a.m. It does get very busy, but if you want a table, just arrive a little bit early. Atlantic Dance Hall is located near Jelly Rolls. It is free to enter and you can purchase drinks at the bar. It is just what it sounds like. It is a dance hall and it is only open Thursday through Sunday, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. You have to be 21 and older to go in. There are also Surrey bikes that you can rent, and this is really fun to cruise around the boardwalk. It can be a kind of a fun challenge. There are 2-person or 4-person Surrey bikes for this outing around the boardwalk. There's also nighttime entertainment, and this is a free option. As you stroll around the boardwalk in the evening, you'll encounter different nighttime entertainment such as talented acrobats, magicians, that kind of thing. There's no set schedule online, but you can always ask a cast member to see if they have more information. Another option that you likely know about, but is certainly a unique way to experience Walt Disney World, is to run. One of the most popular ways to run around Disney is by registering for a RunDisney race. There are different Disney-themed races where runners are encouraged to dress up to match the theme that take place throughout the year. For a fee, you can sign up online in advance. It is competitive, as anything in this niche is, and there are different lengths of races, all the way from 5Ks to full marathons. Right now, there are 4 different races: the Springtime Surprise Weekend, usually in April, the Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend, usually in November, Walt Disney World Marathon Weekend in January, and Disney's Princess Half Marathon Weekend, which is usually in February. After you complete each race, you receive a special medal that matches the Disney theme of the race that you just ran. We have a huge ultimate guide to Run Disney if you would like more information on doing this activity. Next up, you might consider decorating a cake. Amaret's Patisserie Cake Decorating Experience in Disney Springs is available for $199. And with this experience, you get to decorate one of their signature character dome cakes. This experience lasts for about 90 minutes and can include up to 2 guests. You gather in the kitchen before the shop officially opens for the day. It usually takes place on select mornings at 9:15 a.m. After you complete your decorations, it will be neatly packaged and they will hold on to your cake so you can pick it up later in the day. Refreshments like coffee, tea, water, and select alcoholic beverages are included. One reservation can accommodate up to 2 guests, as I mentioned. Each one must be at least 5 years old. However, for an additional $50, up to 48 hours before the class begins, you can add a second cake for the second person if you would like. You can book reservations online before your trip. And last up on the list is to book a tour. Now, other things that have been on this list have been tours, but we couldn't possibly go through each of them. So I wanted to just call this one out separately because I think tours are what Walt Disney World does best. And there are so many different options and a wide range of interests and prices and age ranges, etc. A few that we specifically like are Disney's Keys to the Kingdom tour, which is 5 hours and takes place at Magic Kingdom. This one has lots of really fun trivia. You get to go on the Utilidors. It includes lunch, etc. The Wild Africa Trek, which I did on a recent trip for the second time, is a 3-hour behind-the-scenes look at Animal Kingdom, and it includes going over different rope bridges and on your own private version of Kilimanjaro Safari, as well as a light lunch. There is also Savor the Savannah, which is at Animal Kingdom. And this is a secluded and private viewing area of the savannah while you sample African-inspired cuisine and have some regional beers and wines. That one is another fantastic one. There's also Starlight Safari, which is at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, where you can watch the wild as it comes to life in this after dark safari tour of the Disney's African savannas and wildlife. This is open to all guests at Walt Disney World. You'll ride in an open-sided safari vehicle while scanning the scenery and the horizon for over 30 species of African wildlife. Each guest is provided with night vision devices to be able to watch, and it lasts for approximately 1 hour. This is just a few of the tours. Any tour is worth trying, so we encourage you to check into that. And that wraps up our list. Did you get any ideas from the list, or if you experienced any of these yourself, which were your favorites? We would love to hear your thoughts. And for more information, please check the link in the description. Thanks for watching.